self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are conversation con artists.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am almost out of breath from coughing, and y'all will figure out why as we continue this episode.
Yep.
Also known as Calamity Red.
Y'all, if y'all ain't noticed by now, she stay sick.
Look, listen, I don't know. Well, this is my coat. We've been passing this shit around the office, and it's like a viral thing, so they can't give you medicine for it.
I wish I would be goddamn sick tomorrow because of you.
What you want me to do? I can't. We had to record the show. I wasn't gonna come in here with a suit on, the hazmat suit.
Yeah, ain't nothing I can do about it or you can do about it. If the germs you got in your face are aggressive enough to get over here to me at the distance we are away from each other doing this shit, because we got space between us.
Yeah.
Then one, they deserve to get what they get. They deserve to infiltrate my system. And also, fuck them and fuck you.
We've been passing around the office. Like, first one of my coworkers got sick, then I got sick, then another lady got sick. And because it's viral, it's just hanging the fuck on. Like, I can't get rid of this shit. I done been sick for like a week. I can't get rid of it. It's fucking annoying.
That's unfortunate for you.
It is. So, yeah.
So we are Conversation Con Artists, back for another wonderful episode.
Don't say that it's subjective. It's going to be a wonderful episode. It's not subjective.
On a scale from amazing to great, one of our episodes, not amazing to great, amazing to shit. I'm sure somebody thinks that some of our episodes are shit.
Well, then they don't listen to the shit.
But that's what makes it subjective. No, I want them to listen because that episode was shit, but I want them to have that scale. I want them to be, damn, that was a good ass episode. Damn. But it's still subjective.
All right.
Listen, I like all the motherfuckers because I'm in it. I love all of the episodes.
Yeah.
Some of them I didn't have as much energy as I got now.
Yeah.
Some of them I was sick. Some of them you sound like Michelle A.
It was one. Don't say some. It was one. And I'm glad I didn't lose my voice this time. So there's that. I just sound nasal and shit. But I would prefer that over Michelle A. And we talked about her that week. It was all right.
It fit in.
And I was talking shit about her even though I sounded like her. I don't sound like that on a regular basis though. She sound like that every day. Her damn life.
She does, unfortunately for her.
It's very unfortunate.
That being said, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on point.
And I can be found at red_calamity. Also, we are still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have questions you would like for us to answer, you can send them to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com. Or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artists, and send it to us that way. And I'm so excited because we've been getting so many like letters and stuff recently, and I love it. And we end up doing half the show on the letters, but it's all right. That's all right. I love it.
Yes, all good.
It's been amazing. So we got a few letters this week.
First one is coming from a gentleman that I know. We're gonna call him Tag.
Tag. Let me just say, I think this is the first time that I have seen your full name. And now I get it. So yeah.
All right. Y'all, just wanted to chime in and toss in my top 3 fast food restaurants. Number 1, Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
I know that as a person who tries to be in solidarity with the LGBTQ plus community, that this makes me a hypocrite. I know. I have no excuse. They ain't never missed out on flavor, speed, and they almost perfect on customer service. This one cashier had an attitude the other day, but I eat their food every week.
The chicken's really good.
Breakfast, chicken, egg, and cheese bagel combo plus chicken biscuit. Lunch, spicy deluxe meal.
Oh yeah, he put what he get.
So, exactly. The thing about Chick-fil-A is that you know you eat some unhealthy ass chicken, but it tastes like it's healthy.
So good.
Just the experience make you feel like it's healthy. Mm-hmm. You eating fried chicken, but I feel like I'm eating like a chicken salad just because of the experience that come along with. Like when you go to McDonald's or Burger King, you get attitude.
Yep.
Your burger ain't gonna be right. Yep. The meat gonna be cold. It's a toss up whether your fries be hot or cold. Like you know what that experience is a reflection of what you about to put into your body.
Yep.
Something that you shouldn't. Chick-fil-A don't give me that, even though I know I'm just at the end of the day you eat fried chicken.
Yeah, it's not healthy at all, but it's delicious, and they're so nice in there.
Number 2, Chipotle. Come on. Burrito bowl, brown rice, black beans, chicken pico, green salsa, sour cream, and cheese.
I see you didn't say guac.
That guac,
It's so
guac
fucking
expensive.
expensive. Why is it so expensive? And it ain't even that, like, at first I was trying to justify it, like, well, maybe they, like, it's like handmade and it's like, it's not good. I done got it before and I'm just like, this is some fucking regular ass guac
So
for $2.
I ain't never been a fan of guacamole.
I love it.
To me, it just tastes like green, but red. She cooked some
Stuffed peppers.
and she put guacamole on it automatically, and I was like, I don't like guacamole, but it was delicious.
That was from Aldi's.
That's what I was finna say. Where did you get this from? Aldi's guacamole, spicy guacamole is good, and I've eaten guacamole at a bunch of different restaurants.
Yeah.
If you're in Birmingham, there's a place called Little Donkey. It's a Mexican soul food place. I like their guacamole too, but I used to work at Chewy's. I did not like the guacamole. And it's been I've never stopped trying guacamoles. I just don't like them. Avocados just taste like green to me. That's it. Just the color green. And it don't taste like shit because it's just the color green. So
Aldi's is amazing. That is probably the best guac I've had too.
But now let me tell you about Aldi's. That don't mean you can buy anything from Aldi's and it's gonna be all good.
Oh no.
Aldi's got some straight garbage sitting in there.
Yeah.
That you gonna eat one time and say, I hate this. But
the only reason I even went in there originally was to get the peppers because I knew I could get bell peppers in there and they wouldn't be like super expensive. And I needed to get a bunch. So, but while I was in there, I was like, well, let me just get the guac out of here too. And it was amazing.
If you're an Aldi shopper, you'd be best to have a list of things that you buy from there and mark which ones are good and which ones are not. Because if you find things there that you like, you can save a lot of money on it over like the regular store.
Yeah.
Also, Chipotle hack. I always get double meat. That's just me. I get double meat everywhere I go. Don't say double meat from the jump. Okay, say I want chicken, and then when they put all the chicken they're gonna put on there, be like, can you double that for me? Because now they have to use the same scoop standards that they did from the one that they did before. They thought you was gonna do double meat.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise they can call you on, oh, so you gonna put less than that first scoop? That ain't double meat. That's just how much meat you want to give me. That's bullshit. Give me some more. That's the hack. Number 3, Milo's. Known for their sweet tea. Sweet tea in general sucks unless heavily modified, in my opinion. They have a pretty solid menu. Their fries are amazing and perfectly seasoned.
I have never, ever eaten at Milo's.
This is where I adamantly disagree.
I've had the tea.
I can't stand Milo's.
I've never had. I think I was going to go one day and you talked me out of it because you said it was shit.
I can't stand that. Whatever that sauce is they put on the burger.
What you said. Yeah,
to
I was
me,
like, all right, I'm not going to go.
It tastes like the juice from dog food. It tastes like that smells.
I'm definitely never gonna go now.
You ever use the canned
dog food? Yeah.
So the little juice,
it's
and you get it on your finger sometimes, and you smell it.
And
that's how it tastes
hands.
to me.
Ew.
I can't. It's just horrible. I don't know. People praise that sauce. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. It ain't barbecue sauce. It ain't ketchup. It's just Milo's sauce. I don't like it. And the tea is all right, but let me tell you where they shine at. If you've never had that lemonade that they have,
yeah, I get the lemonade. I don't drink tea. I don't drink sweet tea.
That Milo's lemonade that you can get in Walmart or anywhere,
it's delicious.
Shit is good.
That's the only lemonade. But like we have parties a lot at work, and so if I'm bringing something, it's usually lemonade, and I always get Milo's because it's delicious.
But now, clearly, in terms of anybody who make lemonade, Chick-fil-A is gonna be number one.
Yep.
But you can't buy Chick-fil-A in Walmart.
No.
But you can buy Milo's in Walmart, and Milo's is still second to Simply Lemonade to me.
Yeah.
But get that Milo's lemonade if you never had it.
Them
It's
niggas
delicious.
ain't getting no Simply lemonade for me for no work function. They ain't worth Simply.
It ain't even expensive though.
I'm still not gonna get it for them. I don't like them.
You got to get them. You got to get them lemonade off the hot aisle. You got to get them that high C lemonade, the one that ain't refrigerated.
I'll get Milo's, but they don't get Simply.
All right. I feel like Milo's is more expensive than Simply.
Not for because Simply, can you even get a gallon? I know they had a bigger thing, but is that a gallon?
Mm-mm.
So.
But let me tell y'all something else though. If you are in love with milk as much as I am, or if you just use milk, go buy your milk from CVS, man. CVS
Really?
just had they gallon Barber's milk on sale for $1.99. At Walmart, that's $5.24.
Hell yeah.
And for the last 2 months, every time I go to CVS, they have it on sale. I think they actively always put it on sale. It's either $1.99 or $2.99. But that $2.99 is cheaper than the cheapest milk at Walmart, except for that like bottom tier milk, that like daily value milk. Like they got great value and then they got daily value now.
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen
It's like, how much cheaper are the cows that y'all get?
That sounds
Like
terrible.
these the cows, these the Down syndrome cows.
Jesus Christ.
These the cows born with 2 front legs but no back
I
legs.
hate you. I have to get lactate, so this don't help me.
I just don't know how milk get cheaper.
I don't
I
know.
feel like they like put half water and half milk
that may be what it is.
and just white
More
coloring.
than-
And they just fooling everybody because realistically, if you just drink it with cereal, then you don't even know the difference because
If you
now it
drink
just
two-
tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
If you drink 2%, that's what you're drinking anyway. I don't understand. Nobody that drink 2. It's water. Why are you like? That's
The process by which they get the fat out of milk is basically they put it in after it's all pasteurized and everything, they put it in this high temp spinning machine and it spins the milk, and what happens is the fat separates from the other liquids in it, and they scoop some of the fat out and then they let it mix back up, and now you got 2% milk
It's
or
water.
1% milk or skim milk or whatever.
it's water. It's fuck.
That's too much damn work to make shit less delicious. Why are you doing that?
That's exactly what it is. Less delicious.
Anyway,
I agree with your first 2, Tag. I
going
don't know
back to
about that
Tag's
Milo's.
letter. She don't even know about Milo's. You're going to have to go test that for yourself.
No, I don't want you didn't tell me the shit tastes like dog food. I don't want to go there now.
Maybe I had a first bad experience.
Maybe
we
I
should,
go- do they
we
have
should go
chicken
together. I want
sandwiches?
to try their fries.
I get some chicken.
They got chicken
I
sandwich?
get a chicken sandwich and fries.
we should go to Milo's together to figure that out.
We can go.
Continuing Tag's letter. I have self-imposed dietary restrictions, no red meat, etc., that pretty much leave me with chicken as my only choice when I go to fast food restaurants. But the barbacoa at Chipotle deserves a mention as well.
Isn't that pork?
That is pork,
It's delicious too.
but it is pork.
Yeah, I mean, I eat all meats.
Me too. A few other thoughts. Shout out to Deontay Wilder, CHS class of 2004. Hashtag Bronze Bomber. Hashtag and Steel. Hashtag to this day. I guess when those nuns were at the casino, they wore their gambling habit. Rim shot.
That is when I read your letter, Tag. I actually laughed out loud because that was good. That was hilarious.
Chartable.com is a website that tracks podcast rankings around the world and across platforms. You guys are number 91 in the comedy category on Apple Podcasts in Mozambique.
What up, Mozambique?
That is a very, very specific place.
It is.
But Mozambique, if you're listening right
What
now,
up?
appreciate you for the love.
That's so funny.
Send us a letter.
Yeah, I know, right?
And lastly, whenever y'all do your fried chicken taste test, I'll be ready for that hilarity. Okay, I'm done. Bye.
We gotta do
Tag.
this chicken. Like, it's so hilarious. I said that kind of in jest, and it just took us.
Chicken is delicious.
It is.
I had Publix
good.
fried chicken yesterday.
I've had it before.
It was delicious.
Yeah, Publix don't do a lot of shit wrong. Like
It was
they're
delicious.
They're the Chick-fil-A of grocery stores. Like everybody's so nice, and they, I basically have to be like, nigga, no, about not carrying my bags out. Like the baggers, I be like, I got it, it's okay. I don't mind. I know you don't mind, but it's unnecessary. I got it.
Yeah, I had to let them come out. I let them come out, and I was like, so is y'all coming out to help us, like relief for y'all because y'all get to be out of the store for a few minutes? So I should let every one of y'all come help me, or something that y'all just got to do? And he was like, both. I was like, well, damn, you didn't help none. Like, you want to get out of the store, but
They're super nice. I don't know that I've had a bad experience with a Publix employee. Like they're just not. They're like the Chick-fil-A of grocery stores. And their food, like the hot bar, all of that, I haven't had any bad food out of there. They fucking key lime. They use real lime. Oh, it's so good. I haven't had the mango key lime. Everybody keep telling me it's good.
there is a mango key lime,
Pie. Mm-hmm. At
a
Publix.
slice,
You can get
or a whole pie.
you can get a little. They don't do slices or the pie. You can get a little pie or you can get the big pie. The little pie is like $4.99 and the big pie is $8.99. But I haven't tried the key lime. I will have to get a little one because I don't know if mango key lime sound interesting, but it also sounds like it could go to shit real quick. So I don't know. I don't know, but their key lime pie is delicious. They use real. You could tell that it's real lime juice because it has that tart. It's good. If you like key lime pie and you're near a Publix, go give it a try.
Go get it. Appreciate that little tag.
Yes.
Let's go to Colin.
Colin, I hate you. This is why I was coughing and why I'm almost out of breath because of Colin.
Okay, Colin. So
Nigga.
this Colin sent us a video.
He did.
By this man named Sean Fury, titled "She's Biracial." Okay, now you can go look that up if you like.
We're gonna put it on the page.
We're gonna put it on the page. The sound is really kind of too horrible to put on the podcast because to get it loud enough to hear it, if the bass is too low or too high.
It's like a woke version of JJ Icefish.
So apparently this dude done figured out how to do some like little subtle moves with his legs and head to make him think he can dance, but he can't.
He has on an Argyle sweater.
He got on an Argyle sweater and some of those jogging pants that got the pocket on the side.
Now keep in mind, we went to his page. This video is 6 years old, so let's say that first. But
so let's talk about the video first.
The
essence of this video is that it's about a biracial girl and her being forced to have to choose between one side or the other, black and white.
He don't think it's fair. He thinks that she's magical the way she is.
So he got these two Puerto Rican looking women who he's considered. I really believe that they Puerto Rican. I just really don't
Puerto
think.
Rican as fuck.
I really don't think he
biracial.
understands the whole concept of like mixed race because
they look Puerto Rican as fuck. There's nothing biracial about.
I really think this dude is low IQ. I do.
Like JJ Icefish.
I think he's low IQ. His IQ is higher than JJ Icefish.
Is it?
Yes.
You think that after we saw the other videos?
Did you see JJ Icefish movements? When he was, at least this dude movements look cohesive with somebody who can dance. He just not moving.
Oh yeah.
He's like standing in place, moving his limbs like he dancing, but like it ain't dancing if you're not moving, sir.
Yeah.
It's just voluntary jerks.
Yeah, JJ Icefish.
JJ Icefish looked like he was making a combination of voluntary movements with involuntary like jerks in them movements on top of his voice being outlandishly horrible.
I don't know how old this dude is, but he looked like somebody's uncle. And now I can't stop seeing Five Nights at Freddy Bear.
So okay, we went to this man's YouTube page.
We did.
He got a YouTube page.
He does.
And the first video that we decided to watch on his page was called We Don't Know. All right?
Jesus.
And
scary.
This is the creepiest video I ever seen.
My Lord.
Apparently, the lyrics are, "We don't know what's wrong with me."
And he's like in a dark room, and so like every now and then you'll see like a little light come across his face. He looked like he's possessed. It's creepy as fuck. He already looked creepy. He looked like that uncle. He looked like that uncle that your family is like, is Shantae in there with John? Get Shantae out of there with John. You know he don't need to be around them children. He looked like that. He looked like that uncle everybody try to avoid.
Or the uncle that's like outside in the middle of the street having an argument with somebody in the middle of the street and ain't nobody there. There is nobody there that Uncle Sean is having don't worry about Sean. He crazy as hell. Don't worry about him. But this video is the epitome of that craziness.
It's so creepy.
And then the next video, which is his last one that he posted 4 years ago, is called Help Me Santa. It's apparently about what it looks like is his biracial daughter who, for some reason, he don't get to see. So I feel like the transition was he was doing all of these videos. He went crazy. And then he went to kidnap his daughter, and now he's either dead or in jail, and we just don't know.
Because it's been 4 years since he did an upload. And I Googled him because I just wanted to see if he was active like somewhere else. He's not. So he might be doing a bid.
Now, let's go over some, because listen, Colin, this put us in a rabbit hole, sir.
Oh my God.
For a period of time.
Because you can't, when you watch the video on our page, you can't watch that video and not be curious about what else he's put out.
Because what we wanted to know was, is he serious?
Yes.
Is he playing?
Because I thought maybe it was a parody, like a joke.
It seemed like a joke. He's serious as fuck, y'all.
As fuck.
So he got a song called Rescue Me where he's supposed to be Jesus. he's carrying this cross and he dripping like strawberry jelly on his face, like strawberry syrup that look like blood, and it clearly look like strawberry jelly.
It looks like syrup. It does not look like blood.
And like at the top of the cross, it says "nigger Jesus."
With the ER.
Has nothing to do with anything going on.
His shirt, he got on a shirt, which Jesus didn't have on a shirt, but he has a shirt that says racism. And then it's a random white man dressed as a priest walking behind him as he's carrying the cross. Like, it's so fucking weird. None of it makes any sense.
The next thing we decided to look at out of the 20 videos he got is one called Jesus, where he was basically asking Jesus to come save us from oppression.
Segregation, terrorism, stop and frisk. Like, that's what he has scrolling on. It's so fucking, this whole thing. It's so weird.
So in this video, he's laying on the ground, like with the camera in front of him, like he getting arrested. And listen, about this video, his mustache is so fucked up.
And it's always fucked up.
It is cut so horribly. That's all I can see watching this video. I'm like, I was telling Red, his mustache is a whole slope. And it's just a downward spiral.
And he is not joking when he said that he was kind of taken aback. Because I'm reading the words across the bottom and he was like, I can't get past the mustache.
Like, I mess up my mustache sometimes and I can tell. I don't know if other people can tell. But if I fucked up my mustache that bad, I cut it all off. And then he got a video called A Thriller. And it's basically him and this fake Michael Jackson looking like Marco Jackson.
Yes.
Dancing with him. Mm-hmm. Well, let me not say not dancing, standing in place, yes, making body movements. Because none of his dancing is like moving forward. Now, if you watch that video, let me tell you something that they do in the video. It's one point where his hat is on the ground and he reaches down to pick up his hat in slow motion. But instead of actually using the slow motion feature on editing, yes, he actually pretends to be moving that slow. There's something wrong with this dude, man.
It's so bad.
There's something wrong with this dude. But back to the biracial video we supposed to be talking about. He has absolutely no clue, no understanding to understand as a biracial. Now, this track is on an album called Women of Color.
Yes.
Every single track is based on a different nationality of woman.
And the track for white women is called Snow.
Why would he even have a track for white women on there if it's called Women of Color?
And then he had My Indian Arabic Girl, which is not.
Then he had Big Girls.
And he spelled it out.
He was spelling out each letter. It's kind of like R. Kelly was doing 12 play. Oh my God.
Colin, I want to know how you even came across this.
This shit's 6 years old.
How did you come across this?
How did you get here?
Because this is it's just all bad. It's just all bad. And what makes me sad is that there's a whole lot of JJ Icefish out there. Because I can't, what is the Cordell? There's another guy that I showed y'all. I cannot remember his name. It's like Cordell something. But he also makes music as well. What? So how you spell that? It's none of those.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. But Cordell Stewart. That's him.
This is a football player.
Oh no. Damn it. What is his name? Anyway.
It don't matter.
There's another guy with he slick his hair down. And he like a wannabe Genuine. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of dudes out here making music and music videos. So Colin, what did you do singing this?
That's what I do sometimes. I see how searches work.
But yeah, it's look the video's going. He doing his little dance moves.
But he put
those girls are Puerto Rican. They are not biracial.
Okay, the girls are Puerto Rican, but he put one girl who I guess he presumes is biracial, indicating black and white, and he puts the other Puerto Rican girl on one side, indicating that she's white, and a black girl on the other side, and they both like tugging at her, I guess, to get her to
dead
to represent the
inside,
struggle
yes,
of
but
choosing.
dead, dead inside. The black girl looks completely dead. Like there's nothing in her eyes. Like they're terrible actors. The whole thing is just fucking. You gotta look at it.
Listen, if y'all want to know what Colin done got himself into and the poppycockery that he drug us into from this situation, just go Google Sean Fury biracial and prepare to be underwhelmed.
Oh,
and
yes.
To try to determine if he rode the short bus. I think he did.
I think he did. I'd be willing to bet. Okay.
Appreciate that, Colin.
Yes, I guess. I guess.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Oh, I almost died. I couldn't breathe because I was laughing because it was so ridiculous.
Next, we got Cliff. I'm going to read the whole thing, then we can answer.
Rockman 3K3.
Rockman 3K3 Nerd Plate Podcast. Y'all check that out. Him and Elroy Ketchum be doing their thing. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Rockman 3K3 from the Nerd Plate. I have a few questions. Red, why are you so afraid of leaves, and when did you first find out about this phobia? Mr. On Point, why are your legs as smooth as eggs? Also, I saw you with dreads, and it was strange at first, and then it totally fit, so that's awesome. Also, what did you think of Devil May Cry 5 demo, Red? I didn't think much of it at all and put it down after only playing it once. Also, do you guys ever wonder or question if your dream will come true, whatever it is? And if you guys do, what do you guys do or recommend to bring yourself back to stability? Also, Mr. On Point, I know how you feel. I dap up anyone on any block with the finest of daps, good sir. It is the only way people know that you are real and regal. Thank you guys for taking the time out to read my email and catch us on the Nerd Plate Tuesdays and Thursdays on all major podcast platforms. Oh, and also I'm doing a big questionnaire segment on the project, The Kingdom Withheld, soon. So if you guys have any questions or comments on the game so far, please send them to the Nerd Plate Podcast at gmail.com. The show is awesome. You guys rock, and y'all are definitely therapist. Ha 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 ha. Deciphering the conversation is always fun with the con artist extraordinaire. Conversation is eternal. Okay. Why are you afraid of leaves, and when did you first find out about this phobia?
First of all, I'm not afraid of leaves. I wish everybody would stop saying that. It's not a fear. I don't like them.
And only wet ones?
No, I don't like dry leaves either.
Okay.
Like if they're on the ground, I don't want to walk on leaves, period. Wet ones are worse. But I don't, cause like I still parked at the front of your building, and well, they
is
may
that
still
anxiety? Does it start bubbling up?
It doesn't. It's not anxiety, but I just feel creeped out, and I just don't like. I don't even like watching the dogs walk on leaves. I don't go so far as to make them not walk on them, cause I could just kind of look away from the shit. But I don't even like them walking on leaves. Okay. To be honest, it has been that way. Look, I grew up in the country, which probably makes this even more ridiculous. But when I was a kid, I would walk around out of my way, going to the bus stop to like keep from having to step on leaves. Like, so it's been my whole life. I don't know. I can't explain it. Most people with phobias can't explain it. Like, it doesn't make sense. They don't make sense. I don't know why. I just don't fucking like walking on leaves. Like, I will go out of my way to avoid having to walk on leaves. Even when we were in Gatlinburg, we were in the city, you know, in the strip and stuff mostly, so it wasn't a big deal. But every now and then, like, if we were going to do something, I would have to kind of, and I think at this point my family just knows that Red ain't finna walk on no goddamn leaves. And she'll catch up.
With Shogun from Government Name Podcast, shout out to Cole Jackson, and Shogun posted a link of a thread with a whole bunch of people that had issues with walking on leaves. Yes. So it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing, y'all. A lot of people weren't saying they were like, I wouldn't go so far as say it's a phobia. I absolutely don't like this thing and will avoid it at all costs if I can type situation.
Because it's not a fear. It's not like I see a leaf and I'm like, ooh. Or like the dogs track leaves in the house sometimes because they'll stick to their paws. I'll pick it up and just put it outside. Like it's not I don't want to touch leaves. I don't want to walk on them. So like, even if you do what you've been threatening to do, which is throw leaves on me, I don't think I would get upset about it. Now, I ain't gonna walk on them shits when they all hit the ground.
Okay.
But like airborne leaves, like I'm not outside and on a windy day when leaves are blowing around, like touching leaves.
I would never do that to you though.
It's only when they're on the ground, and it's only because what I have deemed from it is that I don't like not being able to see what's underneath the leaves. I don't know what I'm walking on, and that for some reason creeps me out. So
I'll never do that to you. I won't pull a bucket out and fucking throw leaves on you. That'll be really fucked up.
It would.
To have to clean up.
Hate you.
Mr.
Why
On
are your
Point.
legs smooth as eggs?
And I know that you channeled every bit of Dave Chappelle when you did that.
Yes.
Rock Man.
My balls.
If y'all didn't know, Dave Chappelle got to
smooth.
stand up where he talked about getting Botox done on his balls because he wants them shits as smooth as eggs. I don't know. In the random generator called fucking life and DNA, whatever hairless ass ancestors I got decided to throw that my way, and I'm fine with it. I wish they would have threw me the hairless back situation. Do you know how hard it is to shave your back? It is very hard to shave your back.
I would imagine so.
And you know, the first time I decided I'm gonna shave my back, and I'm young, I'm stupid, I decided to use Nair.
Why would you think?
I don't know. I wanted the shit gone. But I didn't realize that Nair is probably for white people.
No, you can use Nair, but not for that.
When I say Nair for white people, I mean the level of thickness of the hair makes a difference in how long you gotta have that shit on your body.
It's for your legs, and leg hair is fine. It's not for thicker hair.
Everybody's leg hair ain't fine.
I ain't never seen nobody with no like crazy. I mean, I'm sure it exists.
Everybody's leg hair ain't fine. Trust me.
I've used Nair before, but I have hardly have eyebrows. Like I don't have a lot of hair. So anyhow,
the purpose of this story is to let you know how much of a fuck I didn't know about Nair. Okay, I don't need correcting now. I know it was stupid.
Yeah.
So, y'all, this story is so horrible. So. I'm like, I'm gonna shave my back. I got clippers, but I can't reach, so I'm gonna shave my back. I'm gonna use Nair. Bought some Nair, and I'm like, how am I gonna allocate this across my back?
I was just say.
I took the handle of the plunger off of the plunger, and I put like 4 socks on it, and I was like, I'm gonna rub this on my back like this. That was the worst failed plan ever.
Yeah.
Because what I end up, because I'm reading the instructions and realizing it's a chemical, so I can't keep it on myself too long. So I start to rub the sock on my back with the stick, and the sock come off and fall down into the shower with this stuff still on my back. So I'm like, oh no, what to do? So I'm trying to rinse it off, but water alone won't do it because it's so thick. So I end up having to jump out of the shower and go to my carpet and just rub my carpet on the floor to get all the Nair off of my back. So it's a weird combination of Nair and hair on the fucking carpet in my apartment.
What?
Mr. On Point learned a lesson that day. I realized how stupid I was.
Yeah, Nair. Now they have Nair made for other body parts for thicker hair. Apparently, it stinks. That's why I don't. And it's
Will
messy.
never fucking use a chemical ever again to do anything with my body if I can help it.
Yeah, it was
ever.
No, I haven't used Nair since I was in high school.
I have tools now that you can shave your back with, but I didn't know the Amazon wasn't really as prevalent back then as it is now.
They make tools for that?
Yeah, they got like, you know how a razor.
Mm-hmm.
What I have now is a huge razor that has a big handle on it where you can shave your back like that. And then I got an electric razor, but the head of it is too little, so it take long. And because my hair is so thick, that's why it's made for people with like that really thin ass hair. Because it's so thick, it's just a pain because it pull my hairs out every now and then.
Ooh, that's painful.
And it's just irritating. I know this is a unpalatable conversation for some people, but for the men, I know some of y'all are hairy with hairy backs. That's fine. And for women out there, you're gonna fall in love with a man before you know he got a hairy back. Just remember that, okay? The first time he take his shirt off, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm in too deep." I gotta love this shit too. Well, you don't have to love that shit, but you gotta accept it at this point. I mean, I guess you could break up with him. Also, I saw you with dreads, and it was strange at first, and then that totally fit, so that's awesome. So I used to have locks, everybody.
He did. They were nice locks, too.
But my hair has been thinning since I was at AUM, since 2006. And I told everybody that as soon as these first two locks that I had at the front of my head, as soon as one of them break off, because you could tell they were like hanging on by a thread. It ain't finna be none of that Jermaine Dupri shit out here.
Oh,
I'm getting rid of all of it. So one day, one of my hairs was just gone. One of my locks was gone. I don't even know where it is. Listen, it wasn't at work because I cleaned up my whole bar area. It wasn't in my house. It wasn't in my car. I never found it. But one day I just noticed it was gone.
Might have been walking the quad. It's just
I don't know what happened. I think maybe the person who did my hair might have pulled it off or something and just kept it and just threw it away and didn't say nothing. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. But I had my hair cut within the hour that I realized that.
I don't remember it being thin.
It was thin, and I always kept it pulled back. Nobody could really tell it was thin. I never let it hang. If it would have hang, you'd be able to tell.
What you don't want? Have you seen Stevie Wonder lately?
I have, but it's fine because he hadn't seen Stevie Wonder.
But it's still sad to see he got 4 dreads. He won't let him go.
Why would he?
Because it looks stupid. I know he don't have to see it, but he knows other people can see it.
Do you know the end of one of them dreads got his 1970s experience in it? Why would you want to cut that off? You know what I'm saying?
He is not.
I mean, the very tip of his dreads got his old, when he first started growing, that's hair from goddamn a long time ago.
He is not Samson. His musical ability is not in his dreads.
What if it is?
I mean, at this point, I don't think it matters.
Listen, he can't see his.
He a legend.
He can't see his lineup.
I know.
What did he care?
Every time I see him, I feel so bad. He just looks sad. It looks sad.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Stevie. Also, what did you think of Devil May Cry 5's demo, Red?
So I haven't. I downloaded it. I haven't played it, and the reason I haven't played it is because I paid $80 for Darksiders 3. Okay, because I got the one that had the some armor in it or whatever. And so, first of all, don't buy that goddamn game because it sucks. But I finally was making headway because here's what I didn't realize: I don't buy new games. So by the time I play games, there's whole walkthroughs. So if I get stuck, I can go find my way out. It's a new game. Don't nobody have, and I have put out a walkthrough yet. So I kept getting stuck, and so what happened was I finally was making headway and started playing that, and I just haven't made it to them because I was like, oh, okay, I'm on a roll now. That game sucks balls though. I know if you're a Darksiders fan because Leroy said something to me about he wanted to, finish out the trilogy. Elroy. He keep changing the shit. Elroy said that he but there's supposed to be a 4th one because it's 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, but that game sucks. The save mechanism is terrible because you way off from a save point, and so you make a whole lot of strides and then you die, and you gotta do all of that shit all over again. Or the difficulty rating or settings that don't. The way that it works is that it don't matter what difficulty you put it on. As you level up, they level monsters up. So they can a monster hit you 3 times and you dead. Sucks. So I haven't played Devil May Cry 5. I'm a huge Devil May Cry fan, and actually I had started playing DMC when I got frustrated with Darksiders. So when I get frustrated again, I'll just play 5. But I
love the demo. Okay,
comes out next year.
I am a biased Devil May Cry 5 fan, or Devil May Cry series fan.
Yeah,
love it.
Love Downtown.
And it was Nero.
It's Nero.
It's Nero. And with his arm, they just gave him a arm that disconnects, and he have different. So Nero had that arm where it can bring stuff to him. He could, and that was an integral part of the game. Mm-hmm. What it is now is he got arm that you can disconnect, and he got different types of power.
Oh, so he can change them out.
Yeah, and you pick them up around the game. They around the maps and stuff like that. Yeah. So you running and you see one of the power-ups, you can go pick up an arm because you use them up as you use them. And then he still has his power-up sword they clearly wouldn't let you for this demo power it up any more than it was. Because if you remember, he got that special sword where you could power it up to different levels and do different stuff. But it looked like Devil May Cry. It feel like Devil May Cry. The little bit of story video that we get clearly is gonna be that enthralling type of story that Devil May Cry,
and that's why I like
poses and presents.
The storyline's really good.
If you never played Devil May Cry, it's basically this devil hunter named Dante, who his dad is a demon and his mom was an angel.
They're Nephilim.
Yeah, so Nephilim, the unlawful in that world,
because they're not supposed to
meeting between them two created him and his twin brother. And the whole story is just about this dude who is a devil hunter for hire until he goes trying to hunt his dad. And just the dialogue, his character, he's just like a badass dude.
Yeah.
Like if you just go look up videos from all the Devil May Cry, just look at all the cutscenes, he just unbothered and badass. And that's like a combination that I need in my character. So I'm a fan of it.
And DMC was the young version of him, so he really didn't give a fuck. He was really just like...
I think DMC was supposed to be a reboot, but I don't think it was so popular, even though the game was fantastic.
It was amazing.
And so it looked like they going back to like it looked like this was an offshoot, and now they're gonna try to get back to what the first 4 was.
Because usually he's pretty old, like not super old, but like DMC was probably the youngest he's been in one of the games. Like he was like a 20 something, I guess is what I would say. And then in the other ones, he's like an older, more.
Or I don't know. I got to read up about DMC because the way the whole game played out, it do seem like it could just be before all of that other shit happened. It do play like that, and the ending do play like that too.
Yeah. I didn't realize, I just realized this one again because I'm playing back through DMC, that they had a second story where you play as Virgil.
Yeah, you can play as a twin brother.
I started playing that too. Again, so that's my let me not fuck my Xbox up when Darksiders start fucking with me.
Yeah.
I had to go play something else. But so yeah, Cliff, I haven't gotten a chance, but I'm totally playing too.
Biased fan. Also, do you guys ever wonder or question if your dream will come true, whatever it is? And if you guys do, what do you guys do or recommend to bring yourself back to stability? So I don't have a dream per se. Dream is just so big and all encompassing and subjective. I just have objectives.
Yeah.
You know, I have goals. I have little things that I want to meet that are quantifiable, that can be recognized immediately. But for me, what brings me back to stability, I always go back to self-care. To me, self-care is the equivalent to the totem that you expected to have in Inception. If y'all remember Inception, they're expected to have this thing that they know the weight of it, the size of it. They know exactly the feel of it so that they know whether they're in reality or they're in Inception. Because in Inception, like, shit is different. Like the weight and perception and shit. If you're holding something, you know that it's real. And at one point, somebody asked, "Can I see your totem?" He said, "Nope." Like, you got to know your totem. No, it's for nobody else to know. That could be manipulated.
Yeah.
And in the movie, Leonardo DiCaprio's ex-wife, she lost grip on reality completely. And that totem is to make sure that he realizes that he's not going to be told. To me, self-care is that for me. Self-care is that part. And to me, self-care is playing the game, making candles, debating on Facebook. But that's me. This is me now. This ain't everybody. But it's also going out and being social. It's also doing things that is hard to do because, you know, you might be in a funk, but you need to do things to get out of your patterns. When you get stuck in that pattern of feeling like you're not accomplishing your dreams, of feeling like you're not moving forward and progressing in life, you've got to diffuse that shit. You can't let that shit keep building up, because what your life becomes is a jack in the box of unpredictability, where every step you taking, you cranking the crank and cranking the crank and cranking the crank, and bullshit pop out when you least expect it and when you're trying to be productive about something. So take care of your damn self. It's in the phrase self-care. This is for everybody, but more so for me. I got to tell myself this shit in the mirror. Eddie, take care of your damn self, bro. Like, when have you done something for yourself? You know what I'm saying? Go search fucking Amazon. Buy something for $4. Like, buy something for yourself just to have the process of waiting for it and the anticipation. Find a new project to do. Find a new game to play. Go to a new place out in the city and take some pictures. Like,
we haven't done that in a while.
We haven't. We need to do that.
We do.
But whatever it is, whatever your thing is, whatever your interests are, plan that in your life. And this for everybody. Put that shit on a schedule. If you live in the Birmingham area, and I'm sure a lot of different cities have this, there's a thing called Birmingham365.org. It has free paid activities, concerts, food trucks, everything. Like, put some of that shit on a calendar and plan to do some of it. And even if you don't get to it, the plan is better than just sitting there with no idea of what you could do to make your situation, your life better.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that it diffuses it, it helps you clear out your mind, and it helps you keep your eye on the prize of whatever you call what you're trying to accomplish. You can call it your dream, Rock Man. I call it my objectives and my goals. And that's what it is. For me, that's just my perspective.
What I would say is what I have learned about, you say dream, but it's a long-term goal, right? Your dream is the thing long-term that you want to achieve. And what I always tell people, we always get encouraged to have long-term goals, have a plan, have a 5-year plan, have a 10-year plan. You should. But what I tell people is that if you don't have places on the road to that goal that you deem as accomplishments, you're going to get really frustrated. And that's why people quit a lot of times. If you only have a goal, your only goal is that going to require 10 years for you to complete it, you're going to feel you're not going to feel like you're doing anything on the road to them 10. But no 10-year goal gets done without you doing shit on the way. So I always tell you got to have like small milestones. Like, yeah, you haven't got there yet, but if you've been doing stuff, you kind of have to give yourself credit for those things, because I think sometimes people see the long-term goal, and because you haven't achieved it and it's been this amount of time, you feel like it's never going to happen. But if you are making strides at getting there, you kind of have to give yourself credit for those things. Sometimes we just look at what we ain't did. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to what we've done leading up to that. So make sure that you have short-term goals on the way to that long-term goal, or your dream as you call it. Because if you don't, you're going to feel like you're not doing shit, or you're going to feel like it's never going to happen. But no long-term goals gets accomplished without you doing stuff in the meantime. So just kind of give yourself credit for those. And don't only have that be the thing you're working on. Like, the reason why I will stop playing Darksiders and go and do something else is because I know if I get hyper focused on this, I'm gonna start fucking up, right? Because I'm just like, I gotta get this done. So I'll stop. I take breaks. I will put the shit down and go do something else, or play a different game, or and then come back to it. And so sometimes you have to do that. You can't be hyper focused. It's kind of like that thing when you looking for something and you can't find it, and then somebody else comes step in and go right to it, because you so hyper focused on finding it that you ignoring the shit that's right in front of you, kind of thing. You kind of have to make sure that you are giving yourself breaks from it. Don't get hyper focused, because you think that would be a good thing and you'll get it accomplished faster, but it's going to cause you a lot of stress. So that's what I would say.
Last thing, plug for the Kingdom Withheld. This is a game that Rockman 3K3 is working on.
Yes.
On Facebook, go over to Red Dreams Interactive, and there's some shared posts to how you can give some input. It could be, if you look into the project, it can be based on what you see, and otherwise it can just be what you like in RPGs, and just give some input on what might make a good game for that. And appreciate you, Rockman, for sending in that email.
Indeed.
And on to the last listener voice letter.
Yeah, because AC Blow is lazy. And I say this with love, because so am I. So our conversations on Facebook are through voice memos because neither one of us don't be wanting to type shit. So I'm going to play the voice memo so y'all can hear his questions. He had 2.
I have a listener letter that I like to submit, but I don't want to submit a letter. I just want to say it right now. So, in the midst of all of this Kevin Hart controversy and his tweets about the LMNOP community. Is there a subject matter that a comedian cannot make fun of? Is there such a thing? I mean, I could write a letter if you want to, but I just want to know, is it anything that a comedian cannot talk about? Do they have creative license to make fun of any and everything that they feel? Also, I just want to let you know, Jaquees is the king of R&B when it comes to this generation.
We'll get into the second one, I guess. Or do you want me to go ahead and play it?
Play it.
Okay, so...
The question is, like, what constitutes a generation? We need, like, concrete timelines for when this new generation began, because to me, Chris Brown is the king of R&B for this generation, right? I mean, that would be the current generation, right? And then I guess for our generation, it would have to be Usher. And for the generation before that, I would assume that it would be R. Kelly, right?
Those were his voice memos.
Okay, let's handle the first one with comedians.
Okay, I'm gonna let you take that because you got a lot to say about that. I know.
Listen,
you got a lot of opinion about that.
I have an ongoing issue with that trend in our society. I do want people to be held to certain standards, but my question is, and I've asked this before on the podcast, how far do we go back to retroactively apply old material to new standards? That's a question. I mean, it's really subjective content, so it's hard to say, okay, he said this in the 90s. We don't know how the culture was in the 90s. We know that it wasn't a Me Too movement. We know that you could get away with saying more inflammatory and homophobic things, but there's no scale to determine that. So I don't know if I don't know if everybody has to go back and delete all of their tweets and all of the things that they said that might have been problematic. I don't know if you should have to do that. But I also don't think it's fair to hold people to standards when there is no way. Like the next time Kevin Hart get invited to something, there's no way to know if he's addressed this before. Like he said, I done addressed this before over and over and over. Like at what point it is okay for people? Because what I don't know is, are these people targeting, like are people who ain't happy with you targeting you because they don't want you to be a part of that position? Or is it a situation where a person is genuinely disgruntled that they found that out about you and they trying to expose it?
I think we talked about this outside of the show, but I'm sure you're going to get there about how certain comedians could get away with certain stuff, because the thing about it is, I think that, like, anybody that ever listened to Corey Holcomb is one of the most offensive motherfuckers on the planet. Like, he make jokes about abortions and say that women have graveyards in their vagina. Like, he is super offensive, but nobody expects anything. Like, it wouldn't have been that he would never have had a Kevin Hart situation. He just said way worse shit. But
let me get to my point.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because I don't want you to tap dance on what we was talking about the other day.
What were we talking about?
The point I was making about the whole thing. Okay. So to answer the question, are there limits to what comedians can do? I think the answer is yes. Every comedian is not as proficient with the human language and as intelligent as a Dave Chappelle or a Chris Rock. You can call yourself a comedian and be homophobic. That makes it problematic for you to say homophobic shit. Like, the essence of being able to say these things is that you don't inherently have the disdain with that group that your comedy, like that the call outs for it implies. For example, the shit Kevin Hart said was how afraid he would be if he had a gay son. Mm-hmm. That is hard not to see that as inflammatory towards that group, because It's just I just don't want my son to be that.
And he said he would have basically abused his kid. He was knocking him upside
Exactly.
the head.
Like that would overturn it. But see, Dave Chappelle, when he came out with these first 2 new comedy shows, the first one, he told a joke that didn't go over well with the trans community. And in the second stand-up, he told a joke in which he ended up going home that night with a trans person. See, the genius in somebody like Dave Chappelle is that he knows where the markers on the scale are. He knows how to push it over here, and he knows how to push it back. He knows how to push it over here, and he knows how to push it back. Even with the shit that Dave Chappelle said that got him problems, Dave Chappelle ain't on the news for no shit like this. That's because he knows that scale. Everybody don't know it.
And his whole damn show was talking about race relations and made fun of different things. So I mean, oh my God, the world where like the yard worker was gay and he had him pushing the lawnmower when he had on the booty shorts, so he was ass scented.
I mean, but the thing about Dave Chappelle is anything we've ever heard him in and seen him in, it doesn't seem like he has an inflammatory inherent hatred towards any of those groups.
They're
now,
just jokes.
To go into another dialogue, so, and this is going to get some flack, and this goes into kind of what I'm saying, but I don't know if I fully agree. Nick Cannon called out Sarah Silverman, what's that popular white lady name?
Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer, Chelsea Handler. He called them out saying, why they not losing opportunities? And he put out they inflammatory post about homosexuality, and they got some. And I saw a post that said you can't compare them to a Kevin Hart because their histories and their past are still steeped in support for the homosexual community. If you look up their histories, they've helped in some instances put the homosexual community up on a pedestal. It's not like, so that's when a comedian says this is just jokes, I think it has to come with something that does not confirm
that it's not a joke.
That is not a joke.
Yeah.
So if you somebody finds you gay bashing on a old video and you tell jokes with homophobic stuff in it, that can't be just jokes. That's really a part of who you are, which means that whatever you're saying is inflammatory. So to me, every comedian don't get a pass to say what the fuck they want to say because they're a comedian. I think that you need to use material that doesn't reflect the fucked up part of society. Like, you can't say, I hate this shit about shit that is offensive, and you really hate it, and then tell jokes about it, because it becomes a thin line between it being a joke and it just being a funny way to spread your hate speech.
Yeah. Corey Holcomb will never be as big as Kevin Hart. He'll never be a Dave Chappelle. Because, like, there are people who find that to be funny, but it's also a lot of people that get offended by him. And so he is not going to be advertiser friendly. So, like, and I think that comedians like him, he didn't accept that, and he just gonna do what he gonna do, and he know that it's going to hinder his ability to, like, climb up the ranks of great comedians. Like, he's never gonna be that because of how offensive he is. And he isn't a Dave Chappelle who knows how to do it in a way where Dave Chappelle is iconic. That fucking show, people still run around making having one-liners from his show. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's iconic now at this point. And like a Corey Holcomb will never be that.
But I think that another person is good with that was Louis C.K. Mm-hmm. He's really good with telling a black joke or using the N-word in his jokes, and it never really wrangled the feathers of the black community so heavily because he knew how to push that back and forth. Like, he told a joke about going back in time, and he was like, as a black person, what you can go back like to the late 70s, 80s before your experience starts to get like fucked up. You know, but as a white person, like, I can go back to whenever I want to. Like, it don't really matter to me, you know. And then he was like, if we had to renew being white every year, I'll renew that shit in a heartbeat. Like, and that was the gist of his joke, but he knew how to move it back and forth. It's
jacking off in
unfortunately,
plants
it's
is the
unfortunate
problem.
that he was beating his dick off in plants
That's what
in front of
fucked
other
up.
comedians.
Yeah,
That's unfortunate, but I think there is a certain type of comedian that should be able to have the access to that because one, their past is not steeped into some kind of biases that make people feel like what they're doing is actually hate speech. It gives them that credence to be able to have that freedom for jokes because people don't believe that your jokes are just what you consider a funny way of spreading hate speech. And they know how to move that scale back and forth when they actually fuck up because it ain't like Dave Chappelle ain't fucked up. But he knew how to move that scale back in that situation. I'm willing to say that not very many comedians can do that, to say that comedians should just be able to have that just because comedians. I mean, we see on Facebook every day where people say some offensive ass bullshit and be like, I was just joking.
Oh,
you can't
yeah.
take a joke.
No,
like
nigga.
that ain't a fucking joke.
It's not funny.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't
And you
think
ain't a comedian, bitch.
I just think that saying it's jokes or comedians can do this is not. It shouldn't be smoke and mirrors for I can say whatever I want and just pretend like it's jokes and shit. That ain't how it's supposed to go. So
second part was the King of R&B for this generation. Let me say, because I don't think some people are not realizing that he said of this generation. He didn't say period. So this is not a conversation about King of R&B period. It is about whether or not he's the King of R&B of this generation, which I don't even know none of his fucking music. Like, seriously, the thing I know about Jaquees or whatever say his name is that his toes are fucked up. He posted a picture with some Gucci slides and niggas went in on his feet. That's really all I know about him. So, like, I don't know about King Jaquees. I don't know about that. I agree with AC. Like, I Chris Brown, Usher for Us. I guess R. Kelly, here's the thing. I had a whole conversation with Cole Jackson about R. Kelly because I would say I don't understand why people go to him. There was people before him. And for me, R. Kelly, he's R&B, but like, and we had a whole argument about this. For me, R. Kelly, R&B for me is, they talk about relationships. Okay, people who sing R&B. Different points in relationships. Sex is a part of that. But they also is breakup songs, is makeup songs, is stay together songs.
R. Kelly got all of that.
Most of his shit though.
Not most of it.
Not most of it
is sex. No.
What?
A healthy portion of it is sex, and all of his. Don't get me wrong. His after 2002 shit, sex mostly.
Yes.
But if we're talking about the time in which we're referencing him being the king of R&B, he had half on a baby. Which
half on a baby is sex.
Damn, I meant to say something else. I meant to say, look, one, he got all these inspirational songs. Okay, that's like 6 or 7.
Let me talk about that though. The inspirational songs only came out after some sexual misconduct on his part. He loved to like fuck up and then come out with some "Forgive Me."
Then we'll have to apply that to his whole career because he married fucking Aaliyah when she was 15.
I mean, is it inspirational if it's just to cover his ass? Like,
I Believe I Can Fly was not that.
It wasn't. I Believe I Was Fine for a movie. It was on the soundtrack.
Yeah, for Space Jam.
For Space Jam. But, like, what was the other songs? The other inspirational songs? Oh, You Saved Me. Was that him?
Yeah, You Saved Me.
That was
he got down low. That ain't about sex. That's about problematic relationship dynamics, but it ain't about sex. He had If I Could Turn Back the Hands in Time. That's about his woman dying. Like, he has a range of dealing with emotional shit. It's just the shit that your friends like the most and who that are likely the most play when you in their room is that freaky shit.
But that's what I mean. Well, now it's going to be being a nasty pedophile, but his legacy is sex songs. Like, I feel like the bump and grind, like, that's what he gonna be known for.
Of course. That's what the women love.
I don't know.
Not you.
No.
But that's what the women love. Okay, so let me give you my perspective. I think the definition of the king of R&B at any given time is star power and featureability. In order to make a hit. So when you say Chris Brown is a star.
Yes.
And if he get on somebody's song, it's damn near a hit.
Yes.
Usher, damn star.
Yeah.
If you put him on somebody's song, it was damn near gonna make a hit. R. Kelly, star power.
Yeah.
He was definitely a star in the generation we talking about.
Yes.
And any song you could put R. Kelly on, or if R. Kelly put somebody on his song, them songs is hits.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. You can't just be a good ass singer, sell out.
Jaquees, whatever
because-
ain't even a good singer though. I went to listen to some of his music to see why he making it, and it's like
he just got a lot of unnecessary runs, and I think so. Dave Chappelle in one of those stand-ups made a comment, not a comment, but like a joke, or maybe this was in an interview, but he said that the nature of comedy and rap is that you essentially believe you the best. Like that's the essence of it. Like I'm the best comedian. You talk about what other comedians influenced you, but you don't necessarily believe that they better than you. That's how somebody like Cassidy can say I'm the top 5 dead or alive.
Cassidy.
When Cassidy might actually be dead right now. I don't know. I ain't seen him or heard from him or shit. But that's how somebody like him can say I'm top 5 dead or alive. And that's how a comedian can say I'm the best. Richard Pryor paved the way, but I'm the best at what I do. And I think it's the same for these new age artists, because they are more close to rappers than they are singers.
Well, but even the ones that ain't do it, you had Jay Holiday. Listen, and this is what fucked me up with Jay Holiday. Jay Holiday, you still put this video out of you talking about how great you are with a bitch thinking that you was the valet. Your ego is so big that you still put this shit out. I would never have posted
Jay
it.
Holiday, so y'all don't know what she's talking about. Jay Holiday, which is a singer, he came out with an album.
Bad is probably the most known
Bad is the song that you know
off
from.
of
He
that.
came out with a second album called Round 2. But he had a video talking shit about Jaquees, talking about he the king, and a woman come up to him and say, "Hey, are you the valet?" And he like, "Nah, baby, I ain't the valet with a $1,000 Gucci jacket on." Like,
Jay,
sir.
First of all, I doubt that you had on $1,000. It might have been $1,000 when bed was popular. I just ain't believing you got the money to buy that shit currently, and it's a current jacket.
He do.
For what?
Man, these stars be selling out concerts enough to have a prolonged life.
Not Jay Holiday though.
Listen, if Jay Holiday did a tour, it'll be enough people to pay him to live a comfortable life, and that be all he do for the rest of his life.
Jay Holiday?
Yes. It's one hit wonders today.
That's who he is.
Well, I'm saying it's one hit wonders today who ain't did shit else since, who still doing shows.
I guess.
They
Because
be
he had another song.
they be
Bad
making
is-
money off that
I can't
shit.
remember the other one. He had 2 songs. It was Bad and some
I
other
actually
song.
like this first album.
I didn't that bad. I hated the it just annoyed me. I hated that fucking song. It did make me want to listen to the rest of his album.
I listened to the album. It was all right. He got a voice. I just don't know
He ain't no
where the
goddamn
fuck he
king.
been and how he think he could pop up now and be a part of the conversation.
And then for you to get mistaken for a valet, I felt so embarrassed in that moment. Because like he tried to play it off, but it's like, no,
But I do think it's about star power because
you don't have it.
But because if you look at Trey Songz. Trey Songz has put out just as many albums as Chris Brown.
Yeah.
He got some number ones,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, you can't put Trey Songz on something and guarantee a hit.
No.
And Trey Songz just don't have that star power. Like everybody don't want Trey Songz everywhere. Chris Brown is everywhere. That's what they want him.
But because everybody going back and stopping at R. Kelly. Beyond R. Kelly, who was like of the generation. Because like, so here's my thing. And this is a conversation again that I had with Cole. It's like R&B has all these, so you got neo soul, you got soul. Because my mama generation, I guess the whole fucking shit would have just been soul. I don't know that any of them would be considered R&B artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, when was it R&B and not soul? When did it switch over? Cause like Al Green, Teddy Pendergrass, like all of them artists like that.
Well, I mean, I think all of that shit, like rhythm and blues, was essentially when you go back to that like B.B. King type shit. Like,
Well,
I think all this other stuff like came from other genres, and it's just like they just started isolating them. I mean, I don't know what make Michael Jackson pop and not R&B.
Yeah, he was very adamant.
Is it
about
because his
being
music
pop.
is popular? Because pop music is popular music. Is it because because he got universal appeal, because he appealed to white and black people?
I don't know.
Because to me it seemed like that same list means that you cater to black people almost exclusively.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, but when you go
know.
back beyond there, I really think you're getting out of R&B and into soul and funk and all that other stuff.
So when did R&B begin?
I don't know. I feel like R&B is a combination of all that shit. I feel like R&B is like a combination of
like 90s
soul, pop, all that shit. Going from the 80s going into the 90s.
Yeah.
It's like, because when you listen to like,
you got Tevin Campbell, you got Keith
well, when you
Sweat.
listen to Tevin Campbell, he got some funk sounds, he got some soul sounds, he got some R&B sounds, he got some pop sounds. Like, I think all that shit started to be combined while it was being separated. But I also think that separation shit is for charting purposes. I don't think it really means shit. We've come for it to mean shit, but they create new categories for shit all the time to try to put these different artists up and get these new artists a lot of play. So I think like just separating it into soul and funk and pop, I think that shit serves some kind of
charting purpose,
bureaucratic purpose for the whole industry. And we've adopted that to try to separate it, but I really don't think it means shit for real.
Because Tevin Campbell was on Fresh Prince, like he was doing TV show, like in his heyday.
I don't think he had that star power though.
You don't think Tevin Campbell had star power?
Not in terms of making a song a hit outside of his own few.
I mean,
like
he did the theme song from the Goofy movie
because he was good for the kids at that time.
Oh yeah, before the transgender
before all that
thing.
shit, he was good with the kids. I mean, when he was on Fresh Prince, he was a damn kid. He was like 16.
Yeah, he was Ashley's birthday gift.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I don't know.
So
I
who
think,
in the '90s had star? Not R. Kelly. Like
no, it was R. Kelly. It was R. Kelly.
So nobody before him.
That's when we started getting the soul, but I would probably say somebody like Luther Vandross.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Luther, yeah.
You know, I mean, when back, I think Luther Vandross was the one. Luther Vandross was featured on all kinds of shit.
He was. That goddamn Here and Now was played at every wedding. Every wedding. For the long. It's still sometimes people still use it as a wedding song.
And that's if you don't discern soul and shit, but otherwise it was Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson featured in everything. Michael Jackson
Cole
song.
is very adamant about he pop.
How dominant he was on the chart. But that's what I'm saying. Like to me, I don't know what that means. I don't know how you define pop. You know what I'm saying? Because he had some R&B songs.
Yeah, he did.
R. Kelly had some pop songs.
Yeah.
You know, like so I really don't know where that scale is supposed to be at.
I don't know.
But Jaquees, you ain't the one.
Hell no.
That's not to say he can't be the one. I really think that if he could have been the one, this fucked it up. But I don't even know who else is singing right now that's new, that's up and coming for the new generation. Like when Chris Brown go down, who going up? Like where's Miguel in this? Miguel don't really feature in shit. Bruno Mars?
Well, he featured on stuff that like he featured. He got a J. Cole song that he featured on. That's a newer song, but it's like people like J. Cole are not gonna be hugely mainstream like that. So,
I mean, where's Bruno Mars? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Bruno Mars and Cole was like that. He pop.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
cause I was like, Bruno Mars out here dominating every goddamn thing, and
the big
that album ain't
then,
even new.
I guess the big question then becomes what makes it pop and what makes it not? Is it the kind of instruments or is it just who it appeals to? Because them are the only two distinguishing factors between, like, do it have to be a whole album sounding like Donnell Jones shit for it to be R&B? What if the next album that Chris Brown come out sound like Bruno Mars shit? Is he now a pop artist or is he R&B? Like, or is the nature of the artist what makes them pop and R&B? It gets too cloudy for me with that shit.
Lazy Bone had a problem with was it Migos said it themselves or somebody said something about Migos being the greatest rap group of all time, and then of course Lazy Bone was like, fuck out of here, Bone Thugs and Harmony. So then it was like, oh, we're gonna do another one for a rap group, because you got Ghetto Boys, there's a bunch of
Listen, man, it's a lot of different lanes for people out here.
Yeah.
Be more specific, man. The best rap group that rap fast as hell. Okay, fucking Bone Thugs-n-Harmony definitely win that category.
Nigga, I couldn't even understand what they were saying. Like, you couldn't even rap along with them because it was too fast and you didn't know what they were saying.
The best groups for niggas on their worst day might put on ski mask and go rob people. Ghetto Boys, yeah. That's perfect. Best duo for people who done busted a head before. Fucking 8 Ball and MJG. Okay, we
NWA, fuck the police.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a time.
It's a lot of lanes for people. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be I'm the best. Like, and the only thing that Jaquees is the best at right now is the nigga that currently sang with braids.
Yeah.
I mean,
I literally don't know any of his songs. Not one. But again,
he get a lot of criticism. I hope he can handle this shit well.
I hope he didn't think people was gonna be like, yeah, you're right. Like, he had to have seen the fallout from this.
Yeah, people ain't as forgiving and understanding of social context as I am in terms of, hey, listen, he gonna believe he the best. You shouldn't say it. You shouldn't say it yet.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, to
he
be honest,
got more shine off of this than he had for his goddamn music.
Do he even have an album?
I don't know.
I mean, he say I'm the king of R&B. He ain't sold more than nobody. He ain't got no current album, it seems. If he do.
Ain't he the one that was going back before with Ellen Ma about redoing her song or some shit with her song?
I have no idea. But I just know when his album come out, I'm going to listen to it now.
But he gonna and now he done open himself up for everybody to be rating him so harshly, like they really gonna be listening.
That shit gotta be good. They showed a video of him singing, and his saying he just has so many unnecessary runs. He was and they were the same kind of runs. It's like, where's your range? Like, and it did that to me too. I'm like overly harshly criticizing the dude because he put himself in this position.
He did.
Don't say you the best.
No.
Say I'm good what I do and I love it.
That's it.
Say that.
Yeah.
That's all.
He went too far.
I can be somebody's, what is it called when you help them craft what to say and shit?
PR person?
I can be the PR person for these people. I can help you seem humble even though you're arrogant ass crack.
He should have definitely stayed humble and sat down. So that was all of the questions from this week. If you have a question you'd like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationcallartist@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Call Artist, and send it to us that way. Did we do a whole half again? Is it a whole half?
More than half.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to combine these two because it's been a lot of just social media bullshit this week. You got Kanye having a whole argument with his goddamn self. I don't even know what he's talking about as far as Drake is concerned, but he was Kanye drags his mental health in when it benefits him, which it kind of annoys me. And then you had Offset begging and pleading for. Let me start with that because I want to talk to you bitches for a second. All right. What I can't stand is, I don't know if this is for publicity or not with Cardi and Offset. Let's say it ain't. Let's say he has been having community dick out here and just giving it to whoever and they married. All you bitches who under these posts talking about, girl, Cardi, take him back. Give him another chance. He really seems sincere. Fuck all of y'all. Fuck y'all. Don't be encouraging nobody to stay with no cheating ass motherfucker. That shit annoys it annoys me so bad. And I really have to stop myself from replying to these kind of comments and being like, bitch, you tried it. Like, really? So the latest in this saga is that she had a show, and in the middle of her goddamn show, Offset had people come on the stage with, will you forgive me, Cardi? And then here he come on the stage. What you not gonna do is come to my job and think I will embarrass you in front of your people. You think by coming up here on this stage you safe and I'm gonna have some decorum because we in front of folks. But what you don't realize is that the fact that you came up on stage means you ain't got no goddamn decorum. So I'm gonna match you. You want to come up here and give them a show? I'm gonna give them a show because I'm finna embarrass the fuck out of you. Don't come to my job with no shit. You fucked up and then you gonna come disrupt me at work, which work for her is on the goddamn stage. Wasn't nothing sweet about that. I'd have cussed him all the way out. He would have been so angry at me. Or maybe he would have knew better than to do that because he would have knew I ain't the bitch to do that with. Because I'm going to embarrass you. You sorry now. You weren't sorry when you was fucking Sarah last week. The fuck out of here. Now you sorry. And then bitches was like, oh, he embarrassed her in public and now he apologizing in public. Bitch, bye. Sit down. Fuck out of here.
Okay, so I'm Cardi B and I'm in the middle of my set. And somebody on my security team let Offset just come up on the stage and give his little speech. How do we know this man was? How we know he was like, listen, y'all, I'm going to get my girl back. But the evil devil on his shoulder was like, and if you don't, you gonna kill her. Don't nobody know that.
True.
Like, who did he pay somebody off? Did they just let him up? Like did he know them because him and Cardi are a thing? Is how deep of a level of entitlement to women do you think you're supposed to have to be able to do your own thing and think that your woman is supposed to come back and be in your life? No, sir. Your woman is gone now. If she go back to you, she's silly.
Hell the fuck yes.
Which means you probably gonna do the same thing you been doing. But you know, it also make me wonder, like, if he doing his own thing, what does Cardi have that he values that much?
Because it ain't the child. Don't nobody even say that shit because he got other kids out here. That
What does Cardi have that he values so much that he didn't value it before this shit happened? That he would go to these lengths to say, I loved you, bruh.
And then that's it. He got on stage talking about some, bruh, I want to, I'm sorry, bruh. What, nigga? Not only did you come disrupt me at work, but your idea of a romantic apology is calling me bruh, bitch. No.
Listen.
I don't care if that's how he talk. That ain't how you talk to me.
Listen.
I ain't one of your niggas.
It's just beyond how you talk. That is Offset. What do you fucking expect him to do? Do you expect him to say, hello, my dearest Cardi. I'd like to express my sincerest apologies for my transgressions.
No, but not bruh.
That's how he talk, okay? Damn, you can't expect Offset. The nigga, name Offset. He's off.
Very much so. And
in his actions and in his apologies.
Like, that shit ain't cute. I didn't think it was cute when Robin Thicke did that shit. Forgive Me, Paula. Whatever the fuck that damn album was called where he begging and goddamn pleading. You should have been doing that when you was out here fucking bitches. I don't care nothing about how you sorry now. I don't care about how you didn't realize shit is wrong. You knew that shit was wrong when you was sneaking around doing it, or you wouldn't have been fucking sneaking. I'm supposed to believe that you just somehow came to some kind of goddamn realization about what I mean and what this relation. Get the fuck out of my face.
Men need some integrity in these situations, okay? The first layer of integrity should be that you don't do shit like this, all right?
Exactly.
Don't do it. If you commit yourself to one woman, be that woman's man, or talk into fucking polyamory or open relationship or some alternative relationship where you can get some of what you want, but you can't have everything you want on every front. The second layer of that integrity is if you fuck up and get caught, because clearly if you're the kind of man that's fucking up, you got to get caught to recognize something about it. Just pack your shit. Like if I'm in a relationship and I do something wrong and I know I'm doing something wrong and I get caught, my shit will be packed up when she get home. I will have packed my shit up and said, I don't deserve this relationship. I clearly am not mature enough to handle the responsibilities that come along with commitment because I have been doing my own thing. And you know what? You don't deserve a nigga like me trying to convince you to be with me. You don't deserve that. No. So I'm going to leave. I'm going to do my own thing. Hopefully this make me better. I'm sorry this finna hurt. Bye. Like, damn, where's the integrity at? Niggas be like, man, but I want everything I want. Come back. Don't worry about all of them pictures you seen with me and them other women's. It happened, but damn, don't worry about it. So this take me into Tiana Taylor's video, which I'm just going to talk about just the parallel. So I like Tiana Taylor's album. outside of it being produced by Kanye and all of this shenanigans that he had with that shit, but it's got a song on there called Gonna Love Me, and it's essentially about her saying that she value a dude and I'm gonna love it. And so when I listen to the song from the album, I'm like, oh damn, what did she must have fucked something up, like she must have did something wrong. And the video comes out and Ghostface Killer is in the video, and it starts off with him and her fighting because she found a cell phone that she didn't know about. Now, they in a long-term relationship. They live together. She found a cell phone that's his burner cell phone, and he fucked up.
Bruh, my face when he showed me this goddamn video.
He
was so
fucked
angry.
up. And her whole first verse is about how maybe she made him feel insecure. Maybe she's fucking up. After the video paints a picture of him clearly fucking up. So I'm like, how much of an apologist is she gonna be for this dude's bullshit?
Jesus.
And then Ghostface Killer first verse is, why do we always go through this shit? And I'm like, because you fucking up, bro. You did this. What are you talking about? And that video just channeled every bit of that Cardi B Offset situation. It's like this nigga really expect her to accept his bullshit and his flaws.
Let me tell you something. And this is something that has always irritated me about when folks get cheated on. She gets cheated on, and then people said, well, you gonna throw away your whole relationship? Am I gonna throw away I didn't throw away a goddamn thing. So what you're telling me is that it's my job to save a relationship when this nigga fucked up. And if I decide to walk away because this nigga fucked up, I'm the one that threw the fucking relationship away. You done lost your ever-loving mind. Same thing with people that young folks don't know how to stay together. Let me tell you something. Willie Mae had to stay because Willie Mae wasn't able to work, and Willie Mae had 15 kids. And so when James was out here doing his fucking shit, she ain't had no choice but to stay. Don't sit up here and act like they was together because they just knew how to work through shit and be together. Now, some folks have been married for 50 years, and that is the case. But a lot of this bullshit that y'all talking about with your grandparents and shit, your grandpa was out here a rolling goddamn stone fucking everybody in the neighborhood, and your grandma stayed because she couldn't work. People have other options now, so you don't have to stay with no cheating ass dirty dick nigga, all right? So don't tell me nothing about, it's not my job to save a relationship after you fuck up. So if you want to blame me and say I fuck shit up, all right, I'll take that.
Also, let's kill this little myth. If it is even a myth, it's just so stupid to me. Cheating is not a part of the ups and downs in a relationship. Okay, it is not a part of that shit. It is not. The ups and downs in a relationship is she don't cook like your mama. Okay, and it's gonna take her a while to start learning how to cook some of the shit the way you like it. That's a part of the ups and downs. You have to accept that right now. Cheating is not a part of that.
It's not.
Cheating is an external, separate shit from a relationship. If you put a Venn diagram up and you put overlap with cheating and relationship, in the middle where overlap is shit that can fuck your relationship up today. That's what that is. So don't make it seem like that's a part of a relationship that a woman is supposed to accept, or in the event that it happened that a man is supposed to accept.
Yep.
Unless y'all have expressly agreed that y'all are going to have some kind of alternative relationship that allows you to have interaction with people, then don't do it.
No.
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Don't fucking do
or
it.
leave her. If you want to be a Rolling Stone, see what dudes do. And not every dude, but these dudes who be doing this shit, they ain't ready to be in a relationship when a woman want to be in a relationship, but they don't want to lose that woman, so they get into a relationship with that woman when they not ready to be in a relationship with that woman, thinking that they can do what they want to do on the side and maintain that woman until they ready. But the reality is, ain't no such thing as ready.
Nope.
That shit that Steve Harvey be talking about, you know, you just ain't the right woman or a man ain't ready, that is bullshit. If your ass ain't ready, then you need to get your ass ready before you get into a relationship with the woman.
Simple.
That ain't hard.
No, it's not. It's really not.
It's not hard at all. Nope. And it is really irritating for motherfuckers like Offset to be out here like, give me another chance.
Big bitch.
No, nigga, you in debt. You in debt.
You ain't no
and you know what debt look like? That look like Sally Mae if they could send out assassins will murder me. That's what that look like. You're in relationship debt with Cardi B, and if she's smart, she gonna leave your ass in debt.
It'll be done. Like,
instead of wipe your slate clean.
Exactly, because that shit. Also, Pete Davidson, and let me just say this, and I say this as I'm a therapist, but did you see what he did? So Kanye, of course, was doing his little arguing with himself, supposed to be going back and forth with Drake. Drake didn't say shit out to him. He just released a
Drake
bunch of
called
tweets.
him.
He called him.
He said he called him and threatened him.
Yeah, that's what Kanye said. But again, Kanye live in the land of unicorns, so who the fuck knows? But he was talking about mental health because Ariana Grande said something about, well, take a break from what these men are doing and let's focus on the ladies. And she was talking about her album, and then Kanye was like, she was being disrespectful when it comes to mental health. Which, nigga, you only want to talk about your mental health when you get on one of these goddamn rants. Because if you was really concerned about your mental health, you'd be taking the medication that you obviously ain't taking right now. But Pete Davidson, her ex-fiance, came out and was talking about mental health, and then basically talking about him being suicidal, which I don't know Pete Davidson, but I feel like he one of these people that would use that, which is fucked up considering that Ariana Grande just went through Mac Miller overdosing, and after she broke up with him. Now you and her have broken up and you want to get on social media talking about how you suicidal. I'm not going to say he's not suicidal because I don't know. But if he is indeed not suicidal and he just using this, he is a bitch ass nigga for that. Because it's fucked up.
You know how we got to do. We can't assume that that's what it's for.
So she, and then people was talking shit about, this just brought up when people were blaming her for Mac Miller. So then people started talking about, then I guess she'll be crying about him if he killed his, just mean shit. Like,
well, it's just a fine line to walk, because when you say you're suicidal, people assume that if you don't kill yourself, then you were just doing it for attention. So at what point do you take it seriously and realize that somebody can feel that way and recover from it without taking that step that we don't want nobody to take out here? So that's why I try not to get into criticizing when it comes to like suicidal ideations and stuff. I don't know. I don't know him enough to know that whether he would do it or not.
Me either. But hopefully, if he is, he'll get the help that he needs. But if he's not and he's using this, it's just that would be.
Well,
really
it sounds like he struggled enough with mental health that this is potentially true. It seems like that he's had big enough issues with managing it that if he, like, considering how abruptly his relationship ended and the reasons, he could very well be in a deep depressive episode right now.
Jada Pinkett, Machine Gun Kelly, like a bunch of people start sending messages.
It done got real now for people.
Yeah.
It's got real for people since Mac Miller. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Exact same circumstances happened that led to Mac Miller's death. Mm-hmm. Ariana Grande leaving him. So, I
just hate people blaming her, and now him saying that he's suicidal has brought that back up for her, because it's not fair to blame her for his overdose.
Well, we got the same society that we have that don't focus on mental health. So
yeah,
it ain't like those people just they are part of the reason that shit don't get focused on.
Yeah.
So
that's it for all the bullshit that's been social media based this week. I don't know what the fuck going on with Kim said they just need to shut the fuck up.
She got in it.
Yeah, she got
apparently
in
it. Drake snuck diss him on like Sicko Mode or one of them songs.
Something like that.
He said like, tell it on 10350s around me, which is one of the name of Kanye's shoes. So Kanye talking about taking food out of his kid's mouth.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
the level of dramatics that from that one, he did a whole day of talking to his goddamn self, because they were not going back and forth.
The only reason I ain't roasting it more than I am, but is because Kanye is a narcissist. And that whole thing, he essentially talked about how, and Kim mirrored the same shit, how, Kanye's are the ones that paved the road for the Drakes to exist.
Which is not the case.
And And I'm one of Drake's biggest role models, you know. That's the only reason I don't really give it no credence. But at the end of the day, the fact that Kanye can't understand, because the shit that he's alleging and that Drake did in that track, which was diss him, Kanye produced an album in which Pusha T did a whole song about it. Mm-hmm. And then he allowed Pusha T to continue to release diss tracks. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why Kanye feels like he should be able to,
because he's Kanye, rein
Drake in. But that's why I don't even give him the credence. Like, he's a narcissist. I don't really care what narcissists got to say about themselves and their life. It's from it's from an Alice in Wonderland version of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this world that they can only see, they can only experience, and nobody else know what the fuck is going on. We got time to do a couple of stories each, I guess. You probably ain't got nothing but a couple, but Sesame Street to introduce the first homeless Muppet.
You were so upset about
now, I really need to know. So Sesame Street is announced Wednesday that they're gonna tackle the topic of homelessness with the very first homeless Muppet, and that made me wonder, what the fuck is Oscar the Grouch being?
You were so upset about this.
When I tell you, I thought homelessness was fucking what Oscar the Grouch was, because I'm like, who the fuck would live in a trash can?
He technically has a home, the trash can.
No, that ain't what they led us to believe. Dave Chappelle tackled this shit on Sesame Street. They'll be like, "Oh, Oscar the Grouch, you're so mean. You're a grouch, bitch. I live in a fucking trash can. This is not a home." Are we really going to reduce the definition of home to some shit you can live in with a top on it? Is that what we're gonna do? Because then, yes, a trash can is a home. Yes, if a homeless man lives in a dumpster behind McDonald's, he has somewhere to live. We can't do that. We're not blurring them lines. Oscar the Grouch was homeless, and now Sesame Street is going to introduce a different kind of homeless person. Oh, the homeless motherfucker 7.
Yeah.
How old is Oscar? Oscar got to be about 50.
Yeah, Oscar, a grown man.
So this is different than homeless. This is a homeless child.
She's forced to stay with her friends on Sesame Street.
The pink-felted 7-year-old Lily was first introduced in 2011 to help viewers understand hunger and food insecurity, but a new series of videos will explore how she learns to cope when her family loses their home and she's forced to stay with friends on Sesame Street. Sound like her ass got removed by Child Protective Services, goddamn.
She said everyone else is going home, and well, I miss our apartment, and now we don't have our own place to live. And sometimes I wonder if we'll ever have our own home again.
I wonder if her and Oscar the Grouch gonna have a conversation.
Probably not, because they don't consider Oscar to be homeless.
Like, how they gonna give somebody in this show for Oscar to be jealous of Oscar? Like, Oscar he gonna be like, bitch, you don't have a trash can, and all of these are mine. This is the kitchen. This is the living room. This is the bedroom. I know I'm not in all three of them at one time, but you can't have one of my trash cans, bitch. I'm Oscar.
He was so upset about this that you really felt they were being disrespectful to Oscar.
Listen, how you gonna disrespect one homeless person with another homeless person? That's like street fights for homeless. Like them videos they be doing where they get like homeless people to fight each other for a sandwich. Kind of shit is this Sesame Street pulling? How am I supposed to feel about this? And where the girl parents at?
I don't know. It said they lost their home, so like.
Yeah, they lost their home, so they send their kid to go live with their friends randomly.
I guess.
No, it don't work like that. It do not work like that.
It don't.
So I don't watch Sesame Street, but I don't like it.
I'm trying to decide if I want to do this story because I feel like I'm going to go to hell.
Go for it.
So Donnie McClurkin.
McClurkin.
Clerkin.
You always add an L in that man's name.
I don't know why. McClurkin. Donnie McClurkin was in a car accident. And he lost consciousness while he was driving. But by this picture, it looks like he may have the package. And maybe it was like
No, he looked like regular Donnie McClurkin.
the Donnie McClurkin. He's so skinty and little.
No, that look about right.
I don't know. When I saw this and I saw the picture, I was like, oh Lord.
No, he fine.
Okay.
He looked like he had a car wreck. He really just looked like he just aging horribly.
He looked like he losing weight.
I don't think it looked like he was losing weight. I think it looked like he had a car wreck.
That picture beside him is not where he was in the wreck though, with the suit on. That suit look big as hell.
He don't look like he's sick to me.
Okay.
I mean, if he was, it wouldn't be surprising. But he getting old, man.
Yeah. He just looked healthier to me, and he just doesn't look healthy. Everybody keeps in the comments underneath this talking about we fall down, but we get up.
Listen, man.
He looks, I don't know.
Maybe that life or death situation gonna make him live in his truth.
Maybe.
That he like cucumbers between the buns.
What's your next story?
Okay. Do you know anything about Pastor John Gray?
I just saw this and fuck him.
So John Gray said he would not be shamed for buying his wife a $200,000 Lamborghini for their 8th wedding anniversary. And, this sparked a debate about a pastor. Because he's a mega church pastor.
He is.
So it sparked the debate about...
His wife gifted him with a Rolex. Go back down. Up.
Yeah, $8,000
Rolex.
Her name is Aventer?
Yes.
Aventer Gray. Oh, my God. I know what I'm saying. I got to be saying that wrong.
How else would you say that? It
I
looks
don't
like
know.
Aventer.
Black folks is creative with them names.
Aventura.
Motherfuckers don't be putting them dots and lines over them letters they supposed to so you can know how to pronounce shit. They just, hope you pronounce it right, get mad if you don't, and then you have a fucked up relationship with them for the rest of your life.
The district, their whole thing is that they have money outside of the church. That he has a job, that he makes money at, and that he didn't use church funds. But as the pastor of a church where you're going to have people faith deposit, where you're going to have people in your church that are struggling and still paying their tithes every week or every month, it's so disrespectful for y'all to roll up in that bitch in a Lamborghini. It's people who get shit cut off to pay their tithes because they so serious about it. And you riding up in a goddamn Lamborghini and you don't see nothing wrong with that, bro. The humbleness that pastors like to act like they have, this cancels it out. You riding up with a Lamborghini with your wife.
And that's my thing. I'm not judging what this man do for his wife. That's his wife, man. And you want to buy your wife a $200,000 Lamborghini and you got it, go for it. Now, the perception is that you using money that you shouldn't be using. Maybe the church's money to buy shit for your wife. And if that's the case, then that is a problem because you can't be using your tax exempt status to do that. And if you're not buying it through the church as tax exempt, but you are using the money from the church, that's just fucked up as well because the people at the church ain't sitting here to buy you a $200,000 Lamborghini. Now, the next part of it is, let's say that it weren't from the church money. It's from your own personal stash. You got $200,000. You sell books. You got jobs. You do other things on the side that you do speaking engagements. You have other things that can help you afford that. The question becomes, as a pastor, as a person who has been chosen to be in the position to represent the most humble man alive, should you buy something that represents a lack of humility? Like, I'm pretty sure Jesus could have, looked up to God and say, hey, God, fuck this mule. Can we get a motherfucking Mustang or something? Goddamn, like, what's a faster creature? Like, make something for your boy. I'm your son, for heaven's sakes. Come on, give me something better. Like, He could have had a fucking $200,000 fucking horse
Yeah.
if he wanted
Could have
to.
been riding around on a goddamn Jaguar.
From my understanding, a part of Jesus' journey was that struggle that represented that humility that kept him in connection with the common human's experience back then.
Because this ain't the common human experience.
ain't.
Is not getting a $200,000 Lamborghini.
This ain't. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm saying that perceptually, should you really do it? And the fact that he either thought about that, decided it don't make a difference and bought it anyway, or that he didn't think about it at all and just did it, both of those two things represent a problem for what I've been conditioned to believe that being a pastor is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
So
Fucked up.
I don't know if it's right or wrong. If I had $2,000, I'm buying my wife a Lamborghini. If I had $2,000 to spare,
$200,000.
$200,000 Lamborghini. But I
You
also
gonna
would
get
never
it for $2,000.
I also would never be a pastor. I also would never be anybody that was in a position that was over another person. I would also never be a person that would ever have to be humble in my position. I would never represent somebody who is supposed to be humble in a way that I would have to be humbled to represent their humility so that you feel like I'm normal as you are. I would be on the pulpit be like, nigga, I ain't like you. I'm better than you. Jesus talks to me. When Jesus start talking to you, you gonna open up your own church. Until then, you pay me them goddamn tithes, and I'm gonna buy a $200,000 goddamn Lamborghini when I feel like it, and you ain't gonna say shit. Turn to Corinthians 1,
I can't stand you.
chapter 2, verse 5.
Never become a pastor. Please. And then you gonna look up what it is, this random thing.
I done that before, and it fit way too much. Corinthians chapter 2, verse 5. That was random.
So that your faith not rest.
So that your faith might not rest on human wisdom, but on God's power. Goddamn. Fit right here. I don't know what this shit keep
The
happening.
New Living Translation, I did this so you would not trust in human wisdom, but in the power of God.
Is that why you bought that $200,000 goddamn Lamborghini, John Gray? So you would not trust in human wisdom, but in the power of God? English Standard Version.
Random scriptures
So that your
match.
faith might not rest in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. That's, hey.
Maybe you are supposed to be a pastor. How the fuck did you do this?
I don't know. I really feel like the Bible is like horoscopes. I feel
It's
like you
general
can fit
enough.
all of this shit anywhere.
That fit pretty good.
Okay, Luke chapter 5, verse 10.
Oh, God.
Let's see if we can do it again. Luke.
Oh, my mom would have a heart attack if she heard this shit, bro.
This is real specific. And so were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, Simon's partners. Then Jesus said to Simon, don't be afraid. From now on, you will fish for people.
No, that don't fit. Do they have a regular I don't be understanding sometimes what it's supposed to mean.
I don't know. I feel like that represents the humility that he's supposed to have. What are you doing for the people versus what you're doing for yourself?
Rolling up in this. He like, y'all can see it.
Yeah.
Y'all can see it. You can't ride in it, but you see. No, this is what pastors like him do. I want you to see how God can bless you. He blessed me and my wife with this Lamborghini, and your blessing is coming, sister.
That's called something very specific. That's called prosperity gospel. You
Don't
ever heard?
most mega churches do that?
Not necessarily.
No?
Because a lot of them do, but not every one of them do. I mean, mega churches just end up being that church everybody go to, but prosperity gospel is rooted in the exclusive idea that if you plant these little seeds, you're going to get money. Like, that's a part of every church experience that I've been to, but it's not a majority of the experience. With prosperity gospel, it's like they give a word, but what they really want is your donation, your tithes, your offering, and they feed you the idea of eternal salvation if you do that. And that's a problem.
I see your next story. I'm gonna raise you a story before you
Go for
get to that. Have
got
you
12
seen
minutes.
This gonna be real quick. Have you seen Young Thug's latest bullshit?
Mm-mm.
So Young Thug posted a picture of him, NBA YoungBoy, and 21 Savage. And the caption for this picture says, if NBA YoungBoy don't like you, I hate you. If 21 Savage say fuck you, we gon' rape you. What the fuck? Why would you, like, for what? Like, for
I feel
what?
like that's the theme of Young Thug's whole existence. For what? Like, God, for what? His parents, for what? Everything he say, for what? Who signed him to a record deal? For what? Who served him food at a restaurant? For what? He don't need to eat. He eat ass of some young gentleman that he find at the damn club.
Oh, it's so stupid. And it's so unnecessary. Look at this picture, Jesus.
And then the thing is, like, the title article I just went to says Young Thug is being slammed after posting shocking rape joke on Instagram. That go back to the shit I was talking
It's
about.
not a
Rape joke? That shit didn't make me laugh.
No, it was disturbing, especially considering it's this nigga we talking about.
But
NBA YoungBoy is the nigga that was whooping the girl ass on the like. Y'all are some. I don't know enough about 21 Savage, but NBA YoungBoy beat bitches asses. Okay, it's not funny. I don't understand. For what? Why would you do this? Like, for what? It is so ridiculous. And then, of course, you got stupid ass women taking up for him, saying that he wasn't being serious. It's not okay to joke about rape. It's just not. It's not okay. It's not funny. You're not cool. Like, I don't understand. For what?
My next story is just a Texas judge allows for a former Baylor frat president to sidestep rape charge. He'll do no time.
Because, rape's not a big deal.
It's based on a plea. 23-year-old. And you can guess he's white. And you can guess that he looked like he has raped somebody before.
He did.
Basically took a girl's virginity.
What did he do?
They dismissed a sexual assault.
I wonder what the...
After sipping some punch, she became disoriented and felt very confused, according to the affidavit. Anderson led her to a secluded area on the ground so she could get some air and then repeatedly raped her, leaving her unconscious, alone and lying face down in her own vomit.
God damn!
He was kicked out of Baylor and the fraternity was suspended, but the legal system is going to let him go on. And I imagine that the judge, without saying it, like they said in Brock Turner's case, thought that, his life has already been impacted enough by getting kicked out of school and, why should he have to spend this time in jail? That's the bullshit. Is why,
look, listen. I tell my little teenage girls this shit all the time. Because you have to start them at teenage. You can't even wait till they get the car. Don't be out here drinking around niggas, okay? Don't do it. Because even if you think that this person is safe, even if you think they got your back and you know him and you've always known him, this is the kind of shit that happened. And I hate that it's that way. But like when I was in college, my mom's biggest thing was don't be drinking no drink that you didn't get directly from the source. Like don't drink no drink a nigga bring you. But like now it's like you just cannot drink around niggas, period. He went to go outside with her for her to get some air and end up raping her multiple times and then leaving her face down in her own vomit. Goddamn. Jesus. And he getting on for this? It's all right. Like, oh my God.
It's one of those things. We can't treat the world that we have like the one we want.
Hell no. You can't.
In reality, a woman should be able to walk down the street without fear.
Yep.
In reality, a woman should be able to wear whatever she wants to without anything being assumed about her.
Go to a party, a frat party, and it not be... Because, like, the thing is, I can guarantee you, If this happened at a frat party, it's going, why were you at the frat party? Why were you there with all these men? Because that's what happens. The victim is the one that is the problem. Like, you shouldn't have been there. What?
The reality is the society we have, men will look at things that you do as a woman as inviting. And maybe we'll one day get to a point where we can point out those men and castrate them before they do anything to you. But right now, the society we have is one that cannot discern the dudes that will fuck you up versus the dudes that won't fuck you up.
I mean, I can't imagine me. And like, what's crazy, I had a lot of male friends in high school that I'm still friends with. They married, got kids. My mom loved them. But I don't even think I would be comfortable doing that with my own kids. Like, you know, my mom, because she knew them, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I could go and leave the house with them and she was completely fine with it. But, like, this day and age, like, I don't give a fuck how long I done known Billy. And, yeah, I've known him since kindergarten. But that don't say I let you go with him to this party that he ain't going to end up doing some fuck shit. And then I'm going to have to fuck Billy up. So, like, I don't even think that I would be able to have the same kind of relationships with my children's friends as my mom had with my male friends, because she trusted them. Like, she would have been fucking, you know, because of, she saw them grow up. Like, I got one of my friends, we've been friends since we went to kindergarten, since we were fucking 5, literally, and we were both in our 30s now. But I don't even think I would be able to be that comfortable because this shit. Cause shit like this, like, you just never know. You think?
I'm going to have different messages for my girls and my boys if I have kids one day.
You gonna have to.
My boys are going to know how to utmost respect women. That's it. They are going to know that a woman's body is a woman's body, that a woman does not owe you anything, that a woman should be able to fucking exist without your pressure and your bullshit on it. And my girls will know just what I just said, that the world that we want is not the world that we have, and we would be more suitable to our own benefit if we act in accordingly with the world we have and not the one we want.
You can't be trusted.
The world I want, I wear my hoodie in Walmart. I wear my hood in Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I take my hood off. I've been wearing my hoodie since it's been raining and stuff. And when I step into a store, I normally would just keep it on. But I was in Sam's Club the other day and realized I still had it on. I'm like, oh, let me take this off.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm black. I'm who I am.
Yep.
You know, I have to act in certain ways because of who and what I am and because of the society that we have. And that's unfortunate. But I'm going to teach my girls that, especially since they're going to have a double whammy, maybe a triple whammy if one of them is LGBT.
I'm going to try to bring a food-related story every week just because I like to see your responses.
Let's do it.
So a video resurfaced from Oprah when she had her talk show still. This white lady won $1 million with her chicken recipe. Okay? And so Oprah wanted to taste it because it's like, man, you won $1 million with this recipe, you know? And so Oprah's chewing it, and you can see on her face that she hates this chicken. Like, and so the lady was like, "Do you like it? Just say you like it." And she's like, I like it." And she was like, "I think, is there salt and pepper in the chicken?" And the white lady was like, "No, there's no salt nor pepper. You can add it yourself if you like." So she basically just fried some goddamn chicken with no seasoning and Oprah bit into it. And so, of course, that sparked the debate about white people and their unseasoned food. But how you win $1 million for a recipe that don't include seasoning? Like, what you put in your flour when you fried the chicken? Flour? That's bland. No salt and pepper? Like, salt and pepper is the base. Like, I don't even know anybody that only put salt and pepper in the chicken. Like, I'm not going to just make chicken with salt and pepper. I guess you could. I'm going to have some Lowry's. I'm going to have, like, it's going to be some other shit in my chicken.
You know, white people make their own awards for themselves. You know, that ain't, if this was a whole universal group of different diverse people, it'd be a different situation.
Her face is so obvious. Like before she even Oprah says anything, her face is just like, what in the unseasoned hell is this damn chicken? You want $1 million for this shit, bro. No seasoning. Bland as fuck. Just chicken. Chicken and flour. Both of which really don't have a taste. Like chicken, have you ever had unseasoned chicken?
Yeah.
It don't taste
It don't.
It tastes like nothing. It's like eating paper.
Listen. White people make their own awards for themselves. They create a category, and I mean, the people whoever came up with the money might as well just gave it to the damn woman for saying that her shit is delicious. But they got different standards than we got. They eat parsnips and Brussels sprouts.
Oh.
They don't drink Kool-Aid. They measure the sugar.
I forgot. I actually saved the tweet that Pete Davidson put out. I really don't want to be on this earth anymore. I'm doing my best to stay here for you, but I actually don't know how much longer I can last. All I've ever tried to do was help people. Just remember, I told you so.
All right. Hope you don't kill yourself.
Me too.
What?
That's just the way you
start laughing
said it.
for?
Because it's just how you said it. Like, tough luck, nigga.
Man.
So that was the actual tweet that he put out. I forgot I had saved it.
I'm he said on that segment about the guy, he said, one time I went off my meds and I bit my mom. He was like, no lie, I bit her. Like I bit her. And everybody's like, oh, and he was like, oh, don't worry about it, it's fine. I bought her a house. Like that's the justification for it.
Mm-hmm.
Which thinking about Kanye and thinking about this situation is like, I really want to have rich man problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the worst that can happen is that you going through a breakup, or you went off your meds and you bitch your mama, but you bought her a house. Like, I don't have time to listen to people like Kanye saying you taking food out of my kid's mouth.
Nigga, yeah, really.
And I don't have time for the fact that he can't conceptualize that with some of the issues that they've been going through, that Drake might not want nobody to wear no damn Yeezys around him. Just because the people that go around Drake don't wear no Yeezys is not the equivalent to taking food out of your damn mouth. You got plenty of money and plenty of food for your goddamn kids and the poor kids of a whole goddamn state.
Not to mention your wife got her own money that she still making. Like, the fuck out of here.
My sympathy for suicide and people who are struggling with depression is very high. But it dwindles the more money you got. You can have help.
Yep.
I work with people who don't have help.
Yep.
If I didn't go to the community.
Yep.
Or it would be harder for them to find help. So you can get help. If this is how you feel, Pete Davidson, go get help. You got the money. Mm-hmm. You got the time. Go get help. You won't get fired because of that. Mm-mm. Go get help. You can't get fired because of that. Kanye, go get help. Damn. Go create a new shoe. If nobody gonna buy the 350s now because of Drake, make a new shoe. Damn.
Them shoes ugly as hell too. El Chapo's wife said she had no clue that he was a criminal and never saw him do anything illegal. So of course everybody talking about she a ride or die and all of this. Let me tell you something. If they were threatening me with jail time, I'm gonna tell you about everything El Chapo ever did. I ain't her, but everybody talking about need somebody this loyal, ride or die. No, nigga. Mm-mm. At the point that they come questioning me, it's over for you. You better do all you can do to keep this shit away from me, because when it gets to me, it's over. I'm snitching. I am not a ride or die, especially if I didn't do no shit. Now, we doing fucked up shit together, that's different, because I'm saving my own ass too. But if I legit ain't did no shit, you think I'm finna serve time behind your bitch ass? No, nigga. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So they better not. Don't have them come asking me. You're going to be super disappointed. You're going to be like, I can't believe Red told them. Yes, the fuck she did. And guess who's still out here living her best life? Nope. Oh my God. Everybody in the comments talking about, to this day.
To this day. To this day. To this day.
I would not have been her. The part that the feds come questioning me, yeah, I'm telling. I'm telling. We can't both go to prison.
What kind of?
The fuck? Why we both going to prison for?
I would just admit that I knew he was a criminal. Because to the level of idiocy that you have to be participating in
to not know.
Well, she thought he was a fucking gardener or some shit. What did she think that man do for a living to get him that kind of life?
I don't know.
What level of the news she don't watch? Did he not let her use a computer? Did he got all the computers locked? Is she just sitting in a room with a bunch of diamonds just counting them all day long? If you get on the internet, like,
yeah,
are you supposed to Google your mate?
I Google the shit out of folks when I go out with them. I do. Before you my mate, like when I meet you, nigga.
Your name's so damn.
It's
random.
white. It's a bunch of white women.
Oh look. Oh, for my contact. Mm-hmm. Poetically gifted.
A bunch of white women.
Yep, and you.
Cause no, I'm not listed under there. See? I don't use my real name on anything so that it don't connect to me.
He go black.
Is she black? She look like she's Indian or
not with that name.
What's her? What? Oh well, maybe she's second generation. Look,
none
of them is me. I Google myself all the time to make sure there no shit pop up. Cause I don't use my actual government name for anything. So like my Facebook, my Twitter, nothing is attached to my actual name. So Googling me ain't gonna find shit. So that way, when I apply for damn, what is that?
There you go.
MySpace. My MySpace shit is still up there.
Yep.
Wow.
Y'all, she got a regular ass name. And she got MySpace on here.
That is so crazy.
New tattoo.
What the fuck?
You can be found. I just wanted to show you the bounds of Google.
It's so random. The pictures that they have.
It is.
You had to keep scrolling to get to that.
I did. I'm just saying.
Past a bunch of white women. And Jennifer there. Lopez. I don't even know why she's in there.
Oh, another one. LinkedIn.
Oh, that's from LinkedIn.
You gotta have that.
I don't mind them seeing LinkedIn. Find LinkedIn. I don't need them seeing no other shit.
I'm just saying. You said you can't be found. But anyway.
That's it.
Do you got anything else on your mind?
I do not.
Rep. Until we come to the next conversation.
We out.
Holla.